This topic is for all millennials, including me. I'm still a millennial as far as I know, and if you guys are looking for a stable investment that can eventually give you a passive income and profit, real estate is the best one out there. For this topic, I will not include REITs or real estate investment trusts because we are focusing on direct real estate investing. So tada, let's dive right in. So I have three major questions to simplify this topic for you. The first one is why millennials should invest in real estate. The second one is where can you invest and how much can you invest in real estate. The third one is when to invest. So first is why should you invest in real estate as a millennial? First reason is longer payment terms. One of our major advantages as millennials is we have longer years ahead of us, and that's a good advantage because when it comes to loan financing, we can opt for longer terms. So don't get me wrong, I know you guys have the assumption that longer terms is not a good idea, but it depends on your purpose. So if we're going to invest our money on properties, it is what we call a good debt, because it's money we owed for things that can increase our income over time. So it's actually strategic, especially if you're going to be an investor. So if we have longer terms, it shall mean lower monthly amortization, and lower monthly shall mean that we can use the rest of our money for more real estate investment. Which brings me to number two, capital appreciation versus interests. Capital appreciation is the rise in an investment's market price, while interest is the amount paid for the use of borrowed money for a period of time. So for example, you invested 1 million pesos a year ago for a property, and now the value of the property is 1.2 million. Your capital appreciation is 20% or 200,000. So for your 1 million investment, you borrowed 800,000 from the bank with a fixed interest rate of 6%. So it's 6% interest rate versus the capital appreciation of 20%. Your loan is classified as a liability while your real estate property is considered an asset. So what we are hoping here is for real estate appreciation to offset our interest expense on the loan. So for instance, my friend bought this condo unit from DMCI at 3.4 million. It comes with a parking, and just so you know, parking is also a really good investment. It was through bank financing with a fixed interest rate of 7%. In a matter of 5 years, it was sold at 5.5 million. So for every year, it appreciated around 10% to 15% versus the interest that you're paying the bank at 7%. So all in all, my friend paid the bank at 4.3 million, so principal plus interest, and the property was sold at 5.5 inclusive of the taxes. So there's a difference of 1.2 million, which is the capital appreciation. So the longer you wait, the higher your property appreciates. So be patient. So number three is we have the digital advantage. During the time of our parents or our grandparents, they have to rely on sales agents and brokers for ideal properties for investment. Now in this digital age, we can easily access properties, compare and contrast, and find out which one can give us a higher return. And as millennials, we can easily do that with technology nowadays. We have Google Maps, we have real estate apps like Lamudi, we have blogs like this one. Number four is passive income. Passive income is when you're earning money without actually having to go to work. We all love that, right? Not because we're lazy, but we want to work smart as millennials. But passive income will not happen overnight. It takes a lot of patience and a whole lot of research. You need to invest in the right project with the right location and appreciation rate so you can retire early. So now that you're convinced that real estate investing is for you, next question is how much do you need to invest and where to invest? A lot of millennials would say, I can't invest because I don't have 1 million, I don't have enough money, my salary is only this much. And those are the fears and apprehensions of millennials. So the good news is you don't have to have 1 million right now to invest in real estate. You only have to have at least money for the down payment and the reservation fee and a good credit score. If your basic income is 25,000 to 30,000, you have to check your net disposable income. A rule of thumb is it should be 30% of your net income. If 30,000 is your net income, your net disposable income is 9,000. 9,000 can be allotted for your monthly amortization. So with 9,000 monthly amortization, you can qualify to buy a 2-story house and lot in locations like Cavite, Bulacan, Batangas. If your salary is around 25,000, you can loan as much as 1 million from Pag-ibig. Plus, it would be good if you have a little bit of savings. So let's find out what are your options to where to put your money for investment. First one, lots. This is on the top of my list because for the reason that land is not a wasting asset. One of the best investments in your lifetime is buying a land. If you're going to invest in a structure, it depreciates over time and you have to maintain it and there are costs. And the advantage, if you will only invest in land, you will have less property taxes compared to a house and it's easier to sell. Number 2 is pre-selling house and lot and condominiums. Buying pre-selling is quite tricky because you have to consider a lot of stuff like what if the construction gets delayed? Why is there no license to sell? But there are 2 things that you have to keep in mind that you have to verify. Number 1 is the track record of the developer and number 2, the location. The good thing about pre-selling is that you don't have to pay the down payment or equity right away. The down payment can be divided with the number of months a house or a condominium building will be built. So for instance, you're going to buy a 2 million condominium unit and the turnover of the property is in 5 years. So 2 million is the total contract price with a 20% down payment of 400,000. We have to divide it by 60 months or 5 years. It's only 7,000 a month. So your due per month until 2026 is 7,000 pesos. So you don't have to shell out a lot of money during the first 5 years, but the price of the property continues to appreciate. So yes, pre-selling is a really good investment because after you have paid the down payment, it's usually ready for move-in. So you can either rent it out or enroll on an Airbnb or improve it a little then flip it. So this is how you can earn passive income, or this is how your asset can turn into self-liquidating asset. So what is self-liquidating asset? Self-liquidating means that your asset now generates an adequate income to return the total amount of its costs. So for example, if your monthly amortization with the bank is 12,000 and your rental rate for your condo is 15,000. So you're paying your monthly amortization at the same time you have 3,000 more for other stuff. You're self-liquidating at the same time you're generating passive income. So the last one are foreclosures. So foreclosures, this is one of my favorite investments because the process is quite exciting. So there are tons of foreclosed properties of every bank. You can just simply go to their website and check it out. You can visit the place first, submit an offer if you think the property is really worth your investment. And if you get it, you don't have to pay the whole thing, but at least the required down payment usually is 20% of the sold price. So with Pag-ibig foreclosures, they will require you to bring 5% of the bid price to close the deal. So the last question is, when is the best time to invest? My short answer is as early as you can. This pandemic gave us a lot of opportunity to invest because of the low interest rates of the banks, and the stressed properties are everywhere. There are so many foreclosed properties and developers are offering big discounts and longer payment terms for their future projects. So when is the best time to invest? My short answer is now. Thank you guys once again for watching. If you have questions, just comment down below. And if you have topics in mind, please give me a suggestion, comment down below. Again, I'm Chris, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye!